Hello and welcome to Billy Host Sports. We're heading over to Oaklawn Park for another Derby Trail prep race, the Southwest Stakes. And we've got a field of 12, mile and the 16th tester, 42 qualifying points for the Kentucky Derby. And the road that runs through Arkansas will continue coming up later on in the month. February 24th is the Rebel Stakes, and then March 30th is the big Arkansas Derby. So mark your calendars for that. Also, there's a pretty high probability for rain on Saturday, so prepare for an off track. It might be just light showers all day where it doesn't really affect things too much, but 90% chance you got to figure we're going to see some kind of weather. So let's go ahead and get into the field, and we're going to start with some past performances. Okay, Southwest, grade 3, mile and the 16th. On the dirt, 3-year-olds. Number 1, Maycox Bay ships in after a pretty powerful 10-length victory here in this 100K N2X that went off the turf. But the time was plenty fast enough to make him competitive here. It just depends that this kind of a big effort jump like that leads to a bounce. So beware of that. Number 2, Charleston lost by 20.5 last time out. Hard to see him being a factor here for William Fires. But Magic Grant could be a factor. Front runner ran 3rd in the springboard. And his speed figures are below average. Chris Landeros will ride for Eddie Milligan, the trainer. So this one's on the outside looking in for me. Otto the Conqueror is definitely the one I've got my eye on. 5-1 early morning line, won the springboard mile using some keen early speed. So I think maybe he can get the drop on some of these other horses that look to close. And if he can get out there, he's been 3 straight wins and been working nicely over the track recently. So could be hard to catch out there for Steve Asmussen. I'm liking Steve Asmussen and all his entries this Saturday at Oaklawn. So keep that in mind. Wynstock is Bob Baffert's entry, and he's 4-1. And looks like the one who should be pressing Otto the Conqueror on the front end won that Los Alamitos Futurity, and it was a huge step up, but continued improvement puts him right there. The 99 speed, that's all you need up front to get it done here. Next up, Liberal Arts, making the 3-year-old debut after winning the Street Sense way back in October. And Churchill Downs, so he has a win at the distance and should get the pace he needs to close. I think we'll get a somewhat contested pace, but we'll see how the weather affects things. But we know he doesn't have any problem in the weather because he just won at in October at Churchill Downs in the Street Sense in the slot. Robert Medina to the trainer, Kristen Torres to ride. Number 7, another favorite, Steve Asmussen, Carbone, moving up in class after this second straight win, undefeated, won at a mile here in December. So that's a pretty solid effort for him. Making just his 3rd start, could get caught up in a hot early pace, which could make him vulnerable. Jockey Ricardo Santana Jr., trainer Steve Asmussen, getting it done. I like Carbone in this one. Common Defense, I don't think a whole lot of. Promising Maiden, but not ready for prime time for Kenny McPeak just yet. Number 9, Linebacker, still a maiden. Has posted a couple of good speed figures. 93 was all right, but still a maiden for a reason. Beaten favorite by last time, but Blair Jordan is 33% and may improve with added blinkers, but not in my book. Mystic Dan is an interesting horse on the outside. No favors there. Poor outside post win percentage at this distance all across the board. So 5th in the Smarty Jones, not that great there either. Seems likely to add to the rapid pace scenario too, and that's just a tough task for out. So I'm gonna probably take a pass on Mystic Dan this time around. Now, Just Steel is definitely a horse I'm interested in. Was 2nd in the Smarty Jones. could make his presence felt if there is a hot pace and he can avoid a wide trip around the first turn. This is one of Wayne Lucas's better horses, 2-year-old side that he's had in a while. So hopefully he can get this one to May. Going to need a big step up from that Smarty Jones effort, even though it was a second place. Going to need this 96 like he got in the Ed Brown. So that's possible, though. Sharp 5 furlong workout. So he's getting there. Ramon Vasquez will ride. And then we've got number 12, Awesome Road. This one is kind of an interesting one to me. Disappointed in these last 2 stakes tries, but it was a grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club, which is a little bit over the class here. Honor Marie and Real Man Violin, Stretch Ride. There was some tough competition there. And even more so than that, the Breeders' Cup Futurity, that was locked in the Wine Steward. So, you got to watch out for that. So it could be possible Brad Cox is having a little bit of later development on this one, and it comes out of the gate and surprises everybody. So Florent Giroux up. So basically what it's going to amount to for me in this race, one of the Steve Asmussen horses, Otto the Conqueror or Carbone, and Wynstock. Those are the 3 top choices to me. Wynstock could prove the best here again, but I think Just Steel is live for exotics, and also would not toss out Liberal Arts for a late close as well. So what we're going to do to close out the show here is talk about some of the other races and put together just a late pick 5 for fun, because I saw a couple of singles in there, and we can spread in some of these other races. So basically races 9 and 10, I'm looking to single. So we'll start with race 8, and that one, it has horses like Rivet. Basically Steve Asmussen horses. He's got 3 of them. He's won the King Cotton Stakes 3 out of the last 4 years. So I'm going to give him props on that. Number 1, Rivet. Number 4, Jackson Traveler. Number 8, Skelly. And then I also like Tejano Twist. The number 3 is a strong contender. And number 6, Miles Ahead, for the local legend in my town, Louisville. That's Paul McGee. So that's 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, I do believe. So races 9 and 10 are the singles. Brad Cox's Denim and Pearls is the number 8 in the 9th race. That's who I would single there. And then I'm jumping over to race 10, the American Beauty, and that the 4-horse Alva Star is the other single. She looks solid in that one. So then we get up to the race 11, the main event, Southwest Stakes. I believe I've got a 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, and 12. A big wide spread here. So we'll go back down through here and just kind of point those out. So the middle horses, the 4, 5, 6, and 7 are the main ones that I like. So we got 5, 6, and 7 is Wynstock, Carbone, Liberal Arts. And then you've got number 4, Otto the Conqueror. Throw that one in there too. And then number 8, or no, that's not right. Not number 8. After number 7, 11, and 12. So I do like Just Steel and Awesome Road to toss them in. I think we'll get some value out of them. So those are the 6 you can spread deep there. And then finish off with another race we can spread 5 deep. It's the 12. And that one is the Next Revolt. And the next revolt is one of the contenders. I forgot. This is just like a plain Jane race, basically like a claiming or optional allowance some sort. Number 1, Next Revolt is one of the ones I was looking at. Number 7, Cosmos. Both of them have the speed to roll. Long Shot Cat Daddy is the number 5 horse. Long Shot number 6, Elusive Target. Real Long Shot number 10, Woodcock Flight. Adding Lasix and making his first start in the USA. So it's possible. But the outside post, like I said, does have a poor overall win percentage. But this one looks like a 1, 5, 6, 7, and 10. And I'll put it up in the background to finish out the video. So you all can see that it's about a $75 ticket for a 50-cent pick 3, spreading wide in 3 races and singling in 2 others. You can knock that down to a pick 4 or pick 3 or however you want to. I don't honestly recommend trailing it, but if you want to, I mean, I'm pretty close on these. I usually hit at least 3 out of 5. but 4 out of 5 a lot of times, and 4 out of 5 pays when they don't hit. So keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, I got more content coming next week. And till next time, see you soon.